YouTube. As you can see, the drama continues. Um, I was I was trying to get set up, and I always wait till the last minute. I said, "Well, I need to make me some coffee. I need to make me something to eat." And I had made me 2 hamburgers, no bread for breakfast, and just finished brewing my coffee, and then I was trying to put it on the mount, and I was trying not to stress out and break it like I did the last mount I have up there. So those things, it went into play, and I get voices in my head talking to me, and it all adds up to not being on time. You ain't getting paid for this. Stay your behind asleep. And I'm going, I'm like, man, get up. Get up, get going. Stop acting like you ain't got no sense. So that's my normal morning excuse. Oh man, ooh, that's a bit strong, but it's all good. Um, Presently, I am sitting in Florida. Let me set my thing. Let me set this so I know exactly how far I need to be going. I had to stop early. I had an hour and a half to play with, but I wanted, because I could have went all the way to our yard in Lakeland, and but all lanes were blocked last night, so I pulled over into this rest area. I said, I'm gonna waste all my time and run out waiting for it to be unblocked, and I'm gonna have to find a parking spot. That's the main thing about driving this daggone. That's the main thing about driving this thing, is trying to find parking. I did a video and it went crazy on TikTok. I think I got about 8,000 views, and it was when I blew a tire on the side of the road. And all I said was, stop driving when you blatantly know that you have a flat. Don't try to get to the repair shop, because you're going to get a ticket. It's against the law. And I got called everything but a child of God. I've got called that I'm a newbie. I don't know what I'm talking about. Owner operators. I wasn't talking to you owner operators. I wasn't talking to you. Hey, good morning. I wasn't talking to you owner operators. And I got called everything under the sun, especially being a newbie. If being out here for 14 years and having over 1 million miles of newbie, I guess I'm a newbie. But the fact is, as a company driver, you don't own none of this. I don't own none of this. So why do I need to keep on driving and cause more damage? Because when that tire blows, it's like an explosion. It blew the flap, it bent the bar forward, and it was stuck between the tires. So I could cause more damage and tear up another tire trying to get to a repair shop. And there's another video floating around where the guy has a flat and he's online at the repair shop, and the DOT pulls up and gives him an inspection, gives him a ticket. But he says, I'm getting it repaired. They don't care. So, guys, that's what I was saying. But I got and it was a learning experience, because you guys know I'm highly emotional. You guys know I'm highly emotional. And it's not because, I don't know why the guy stopped right there. It's not because I'm wait a minute. I said, oh, but I almost lost track. What I'm saying is that a few years ago, since I not I'm not new to YouTube. A few years ago, I'd had a fit, and I would have responded back to every one of them. I just decided not to look at it. I just decided not to look at it, not to look at the comments, not to read the comments, because I've been called everything. I've been called everything but child of God. Now I wish I'd had those views on YouTube. That would have skyrocketed me. But I'm good, and and I was laughing about it because the shorts that I did on that has gotten me some really great views. And it's frustrating because the tire that blew they're called recaps. They redo the tire and put another rubber on it, and it blows. When it blows like boom. It's an explosion. And but it's a part of it. It's my season now. I haven't had a flat in a long time. I had 2 in 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks or something like that, and on 2 different trailers, same spot. But that's trucking. That's part of this business. That's whatever. Also, I want to thank Cruising is Fun Anytime and her husband for allowing us to come on her show. And if you didn't see it, it's in my videos. If you didn't see it, it's in my videos. Good morning, Mike. Follow the recap. We had a wonderful time. And if you've never seen my wife before, she actually got on the camera, and because she really don't get into this YouTube stuff, she was like, but she's very meticulous. She didn't realize that once we started talking, we wasn't going to stay on subject. We were going left field. We were going way left field. And they even wanted, and I started laughing because that's what happens on this show. We never stay on topic. We start heading left and then to go back right. We never stay in the middle. She was loving it. And she was worried. She asked me, how did she do? I said, she did great. I said, you did great. I would love for her to come on with me a lot more, but she's really not into that. And she thinks it's goofy. I'm goofy. But that's all right. She is the love of my life. She's my my wonderful partner, and I'm good with it. That's why I was laughing, because she's she don't want nobody to see the background and had the fuzzy, y'all seen all that crap in my back room, and I'm sitting there laughing, and she was wanting, because you don't realize Norma is in platinum. She's on platinum level with Carnival. That means you've been cruising for a long time. I'm coming close. I got a few more cruises to go, but I mean, it is what it is. But she had a ball, and she's like, well, why did I ask the other questions? I was like, because we started getting into this foolishness and it's just having a ball. I had a wonderful time. Anytime they need help, anytime Cruising is Fun and her husband need help from me, I'm with it. I'm going to be talking to Charles when I get a chance to see because we book our cruises out at least 2 or 3 years. I really don't choose a cruise. Charles does, and I'm usually following right behind him. All I did is call the wife and say, "Baby, they going to Alaska. You want to go?" Click, click, click. Now we're going. So I'm gonna let him know. They usually do this booze cruise every October. So this one, and I'm see if maybe we can, connect with them on that, or because I've been wanting to cruise out of Galveston anyway. So we're gonna figure that. I'll figure it out. I'll talk to him. He's the planner of the group. he figures it out, and we just follow. He's the planner, so I'm gonna follow them, and then we'll get together. But I love their channel. They have 2 channels. Cruising is fun anytime, and Cheryl. Oh God, it's embarrassing. I forgot. I'm old. What do you expect? But I'll get you the other name and put it on there. But I love the positivity that they have, and it helps my spirit. And because when you're doing all of this stuff and everything's negative, like I told you earlier, I had the video pop out, everybody calling me everything but a child of God. I'm idiot, I'm stupid, and I'm this, I'm that. You got to look for positivity to keep you going in your position in life, or if you're not, I'm gonna scream. What else is going on? That's really kind of sort of it. Okay, but let's get into the story. One thing I learned, because this is the first time I've ever had to deal with it when we moved into this house, is HOA, Homeowners Association. Having to make sure your grass is cut, and having to keep your area clean, and having to keep the upkept and stuff like that. And a lot of times when we first moved in, I was getting aggravated, but then I turned it into a game dealing with the HOA, that every time I come home now, before I even come in the house, I walk around my yard and expect it. What do I need to do while I'm home in the next couple of days? What is the HOA going to catch me on? Blowing the leaves off the driveway. Do I need to power wash the sidewalk? Do I need to? I need to do some repainting. I got a paint gun for Christmas. I need to do some painting. What do I need to save up? I need to cut out a cruise or 2 so I can get my front door replaced. What do I need to do? It started with the mowing the lawn. At first I hated it, it had to get pushed, and Norma bought me a driving lawnmower. That lawnmower got stolen, and then she bought me another brand new one, that Husqvarna. And those things just started to add up to now. For years I put the wrong sod, I put the wrong seed, and now I've got the right sod, but it's expensive as heck. So what I'm doing is it's called plugging. I'm putting cuts of grass on the lawn, and not hoping, knowing that it will spread. I did it last year. I did a 5x5, and it by winter it was almost covered. Now that area is fully covered, so I know it works. So this year I'm going to be doing more and more areas to spread out this lawn. I've got a lawn service, that a chemical lawn service to keep up with the weeds. I got hit one month, says you got weeds on your lawn, you need to fix it. You got 90 days to fix it or get a chemical lawn service. And I did. I got a lawn service. And instead of me getting upset, I said, okay, you mother effers are not gonna get me this time. I'm on this. I'm the, and then the next thing, you need to do this. Okay, so I'm staying up with it to the best of my abilities at this point in time. Okay, at this point in time, but it's not getting frustrating. But I know the rules. I know the basic rules. I know the other rules. Some of the stuff is when you do stuff like, okay, I'm getting my door replaced. I want to get my door replaced. I gotta ask permission because it's an outside aesthetic, and I want to get a covering for the door, because when it rains, it hits the concrete and ricochets, hits the door, and then that water keeps on hitting wood and rots it out. So I want to have a covering, or awning. It's an awning. That's going to cost me a couple of grand. I'm gonna probably get that first before I get the door replaced. But I have to ask permission, and I'm learning that I have to ask permission. But when you get new people that move in, the people on the left hand side of me, it was a young couple. They got so frustrated, said, "No, I had enough. We're moving," and they moved. They sold the house and moved. The next guy came in. He had a marital problem. He had to sell and move, and then now we got some new people in, and I told them, I'm telling them, you got to do this, you got to do that. They come around the 1st to the 6th. Yeah, they come around from between the 1st and the 6th every month. They have a company that drives around looking for crap. So whatever you do, just make sure it's out of their view. It's just as simple. Whatever you do, make sure it's out of their view. So like, I have my trailer that I got for Christmas. It's sitting in the backyard, but it's out of their view. I got an area where I can back it right up into the cuff where you can't see it. I want to build a fence around it, but you can see an edge of the fence. So, but I'm trying to figure out how can I hide it even better. I was thinking about getting a big bush, one of fast growing bushes, put it right on the corner of my house so you can't see over there. I'm trying to come up with an idea. But now, last few days, and you guys know, my house is surrounded. I'm surrounded by trees. It's wooded. I'm surrounded by trees. That's why I have such a hard time growing any type of grass. And this is grass growing season. It has begun. Anytime. But I finally found the right sod, which is Zenith Zoysia or Xeon Zoysia. I got both in the front. Hoping whatever takes over, takes over. But this is hard because I need as much sun as possible. I've had the trees trimmed because I can't get it cut. I had one in the back cut. It costs over $1,000 to get these trees knocked down. It's expensive, and you got to get permission. I know for a fact next door there was an Asian family there that didn't like me. Koreans, they didn't like us because we're black. No big deal. I don't care. You didn't bother me, I don't bother you. And I was as nice as possible to these idiots. And now another family moved in. I'm not going to say the ethnicity. Another family moved in. I told them about the HOA, whatever. Don't listen. I came home. No, the wife called me up. She's all upset. Why she upset, I have no idea. I was like, mind your business. Does it have to do with our yard? I'm hearing all this booming. Mind your business. It doesn't have to do with our home. But nothing. Mind your business. Now, what am I saying? Their house is also surrounded by trees. They had the whole front yard removed. Every last one of them. And the backyard. Well, I knew the backyard they had bad, something was infecting those trees because one of them dropped and it fell in our yard. And I had to clean that crap up. They had all of those trees removed. I know they didn't get permission because the last guy couldn't get permission. You see what I'm saying? These HOAs want the aesthetics, wooded, the Caucasian look is a wooded area, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. But if you can't grow a lawn, that's another thing. But the good part about this situation, I said, stop worrying about them. They have to deal with that. They ain't none of our business. The positive part of this is my right corner of my house, where all those trees were removed, is, you see how this light's hitting right here? Let's imagine my front lawn, where the hardest part of where I had to grow is right where my face is getting sun now. So you deal with the HOA, but my grass is going to have sun, more sun time, because y'all don't want, you don't want to listen to nobody. So thank you. And guess what? The neighbor asked me, so what do you think? What do you think? So it looked good to me, and I walked away. Why did I say that? Why did I do it like that? Because if I say anything, did you get permission? Or did you say this? Or did you do that? If something goes down, they're going to say, those people next door told on us. No, it is none of my business. That's your property. I didn't tell. I ain't calling nobody. I don't care. And I explained that to the wife. Stop trying to get into people's business. It's none of your business. They might have got permission. Mind your business. Do you see what I'm saying? But I got to look at it the positive way. Because you knock down all that stuff, I'm getting sun on my side. I'm getting sun on my side. Best thing ever happened. Because I grew up in a neighborhood where we knew each other, were friends with the neighbors or whatever. My neighbors to the left of me, it was Asians from, I don't know what their ethnicity is, don't care, they're nice people. They are from California. The gentleman moved his mother and father in with him, brother and sister. So there's a big family over there. They don't have a lawnmower. I got 6. I said, hey man, I got you. Every time I come home, I do my front because I try to keep it down. I don't wait. I do my front, go over there and do theirs, because I'm having fun. That's why it says, can't stop walking but love mowing. I love mowing. So I did theirs. I didn't do my back. My back is really done. So I went over there and started doing his. His mother came out. Doesn't speak a lick. No, she does. She does. I'm sorry. His mother came out smiling. She picked up the hose. Said, "Hey, hold up. Move the hose out the way. Thank you." And I'm just having a ball. If you're gonna do something, have fun with it. If you're gonna be a neighbor, be a neighbor. And I just really had a ball. Poor Mickey, the older gentleman behind me, he going through some hot. They hitting him. He got an old basketball court. He don't even need it. I told him, look, I go there, Sawzall. We cut that son of a bitch down. And they got him for not keeping the basketball court upkept. It needed a new net. He mad as heck. He looked and seen all them trees move, and he was mad as heck. He said, "You know they ain't get." And I said it to you. I said, "You know they ain't get no permission for that." Yep. They said. I said, "But Mick, mind your business. Mind your HOA business." Because eventually he's got a water problem on his worse than mine, and the people next door are dumping garbage. There's eroded area where over there on the other side of his fence with his neighbors, they're dumping garbage piled up in a hole. But I said, man, mind your business. Because see, people start acting stupid when you have neighbor wars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? When you start dealing with neighbors, neighbor wars. I'm not smart on a whole lot of stuff, but simple stuff like that is like mind your business. Because even if I get confronted, hold up, hold. You see me in my yard. Do I be staring at y'all? No, actually, I sit the opposite direction, be looking the opposite way. I mind my business. What you do in your yard is none of my business until it comes into my yard. Remember that story I told y'all about? I was doing the lawn and came and found a pit bull in my garage. That was 2 doors down. Some people moved in, got a pit bull, and didn't fix their fence. So I command, I don't have nothing on me, and there's a pit bull in my yard, in my garage. I'm knocking, banging on the front door so I don't get bit because I got mauled before. I'm not with it. I'm banging on the door, and the wife was, "What's the matter with you?" And I'm like, "There's a freaking loose pit bull, stupid." And I'm not trying to be mean and say nothing derogatory to it. There's a pit bull loose. And I had to interject. I let the HOA know that they letting loose dogs know because I got mauled. So now I got to interject. Then I know I told this story before. I literally called the pound. No, I called 911. Then they transferred me to the pound, the dog catcher. And I told them I'm about to light this dog up. Because guess what? I waited and came back out and the dog was loose again. I'm not going to say what I was going to do. Hold up, guys. Let me let this guy know. Hey, bro. Let me know when you're ready to leave. I'll back up so you can make this turn because of this idiot right here. You know what I'm saying?
I got up, I seen that. I'm like, son.
No, it happens. This every time. That's why I always park right here. Right. So I got a better way to get out of here. But I want to work with. I spotted you. I said, I'll back up so you can make that turn.
I appreciate it.
So
I got a few minutes before I leave.
No problem. Just flash me. I'll start up and back up for you.
Okay.
All right. No problem. Sorry about that, guys. I had to hold on. Let me check. I got it on battery. Okay. Um, there's a guy to my left of me, but let me show y'all in the front of me. These guys make their own parking spots. Let me see here. See, he ain't supposed to be parking right there. And this guy, he's got, you know, flatbed. He's gonna off track, and he's got to get around me. I don't want him to tear my truck up and tear his truck up. So I told him as soon as when he ready to flash me, and you know, I'll back up so he can, you know, so he can get out of here. You know what I mean? But where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, and I'm not gonna say it because I get hit for talking violent stuff. But I'm going, and the person on the phone said, "Sir," he's like, "Sir, I implore you, stay in your house." And I was like, "No, this is, you know, they don't want to listen." We going back, "Sir, stay in your house." No, they don't. I'm gonna like this, "Sir, stay in your house." We going back and forth, because I'm having, as always, anybody on this channel, you know me, I have flashbacks. I had a serious flashback because I got mauled by 2 Great Pyrenees. Whenever you get a chance, Google what a Great Pyrenees is. The Great Pyrenees, those are the dogs that protect herds. The big furry white dogs, they're huge. I got attacked by 2 of them. I had one, and because I had been practicing for years. I walked around. I was a technician with 1 glove. I said, if a dog attacked me, I'm gonna throw my hand in his mouth, and he ain't gonna be able to chomp down. And I'm gonna grab that bottom jaw. I had him on the ground. I was bashing his head on the ground, and the other one came and got me on the left leg. And I instinctively let go of this hand, and then his mouth grabbed me there, and the one had me down there, and I'm screaming like a woman. I'm screaming. I had no bass in my voice. Ah! You know, it was a hot mess. But I was having a flashback. I said, look, you invaded my area. My area is my driveway, my lawn, my home. You must pay. You know. And I started a flashback, and I'll say it on another video what I was about to pull out, and it's brand new, never been used before. You know, I don't like to tell what I got. I'll let you know, Mike. and you're right, it was scary. You know, it takes me a while to make a place my home. Where I live is my home. I mind my business. In this trying times, people in this trying times, people want to be in everybody else's business. There's folks of different ethnicities across the street that are in the construction business. They got brand new trucks, brand new F-350s, big behind wheel, brand new. I'm not calling nobody on them because it's none of my business. They are working hard. They're doing what they got to do. They leave us alone. They leave me alone. So guess what? I'm leaving you alone. It's none of my business. I'm not hating on you. I'm doing what I need to do to survive. As long as you don't say nothing when I blow leaves out to the middle of the road, we good. We good. That's all, you know, because I'll blow some leaves out in the middle of the road and walk away. You know, you ain't supposed to be doing that, but I'll do it. We have our HOA. We have a pool. We've been here 10 years, never went to that pool. Never went to the tennis courts or whatever. I don't care, but I want to have a key if I do decide to go down there. I'm not ever gonna go there, because as long as you leave me alone. And that's what I've learned. When you get on their bad list, they stay on that list for a little while. And then once you ease off of it, you got to do what you got to do to stay off of it. That's what I do. But when I seen they cut down all that stuff, I went and got some zoysia grass seed, which is hard to grow. I'm about a month early. I got the cheap version, which is half of it is nothing but inert matter. But I threw some zoysia grass seed down. The rest of my perennial ryegrass down. I leveled out the area. Hey, Lucy, welcome in. I leveled out the area and set my water hose out. Hey, y'all, check her channel out. Lucy, I don't know if my Nightbot is working right now. It's I haven't seen it in a while. I gotta see if Nightbot got deactivated. Hashtag can't stop, or just with no apostrophe, or can't stop with the apostrophe. But Lucy, I believe she came over from Cruising is Fun Anytime. Real nice, really nice. Check her channel out. But the reason what I'm saying is, and this goes also to this also goes to cruising. Notice how I threw this in there. When you're on these ships, everybody is not like you. And it seems like because of TikTok, YouTube, and these other, because I think that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I think because of TikTok, YouTube, and these other, social medias, they've drawn a lot of people that don't know about cruising, don't know the basics about cruising. They've drawn people out, and families and people that get together. They've gone on these cruise ships, and they don't know that you have to get on these cruise ships and have some sense. What do I mean by that? You cannot go on these cruise ships and fight. Even in the hood, people don't want to be fighting. They're tired of it. Even in redneck, in the redneck country or whatever, in the trailer park, the people are tired of folks coming in and messing up a good time. And everybody thinks it's one race of people. No. Just other cruise ships keep it on the down low, because it happens on other ships. But we always talk about Carnival, but Royal it happens on. It happened on the Utopia of the Seas. There was a fight on what was that, Icon. There was an all-out brawl. But what people don't, and everybody, I'm gonna go on the cruise ships, and if you bump somebody, you got to learn the hood mentality. If I bump you, hey bro, I'm sorry, didn't mean it. We good, sorry. Have a nice day. A lot of times, the wives, especially of any ethnicity, will mouth off and not have the common sense to say, hey, hold up. Don't mouth off, mind your business. Sorry, keep it going. Hey, don't do that. None of your business. This is how stuff happens. Some lady was drunk on one ship, spilling the drink all over the floor. So a woman went over to her and said, hey, you're spilling your drink. That's none of your business. You got to learn to mind your business on a cruise ship. That lady doesn't know that she's drunk. It is up to the crew. Don't tell nobody, okay, there's going to be a situation. We need to go exit stage left, because I paid $3,000 plus to be on this ship. I don't want no problems. We need to go that way. Oh, there's a problem this way? Well, guess what? We need to go that way. Because when you get caught out there in this mess, now I have to activate the ninja in me. No, no, no. You leave me alone because guess what? I'm going this way. Do you feel me on this? Because what I mean by that? That's why I got a passport. That's why I know my surroundings. That's why I got extra credit cards that have no balance on it. So if I got to make my way home, because when you fight on these ships, whatever port you're at, they putting you off. I think there's another fight that just happened, and they put them all off in the Bahamas. They're not gonna pay for you to go home. Do your homework. Don't be fighting. Then they're charging each one of your credit cards that you have on file $500. That's Carnival. That's Carnival. And then you're banned for life. So you done charge me $500 and I still can't cruise with you no more. So you just showing how stupid you are. You feel me on that? Mind your business. I was even saying it to the wife. Well, I'm going to tell him. No, you're not. Mind your business. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if I got to step in, y'all know on this channel, I'm just not all talk. I go from zero to 100. I don't want that switch to flip. I don't want to be banned for life. Leave me alone. I want to go acting goofy and do the electric slide over here, or that what that with them fans that in step. Whoa, that's what I want to do. I want to film Guy's Burger Barn. Oh. Hold on, guys. I gotta back up. Let my man out. This poor guy, he can't. Sorry. Yeah. He would have tagged in front of my bumper. and see, what I'm saying is, this has nothing to do with race. It has to do with ignorant people that don't know. God, let me know if because it has something to do with ignorant people that don't know. Don't come here messing up my cruise experience. But guess what? I'm not going to say it to you. I'm like, hey, don't do that. Nope. Do you, boo-boo? Because when you get sprayed with mace, when you get locked in your cabin and not allowed to leave, and then when the cops are called and you're escorted off this boat and how embarrassing it is, that's on you. It has nothing to do with me. I don't go to, well, it figures it's one of them. No, that's none of my business. Just like when I'm in public on land. It's none of my business. I'm not telling you nothing. You feel me? I'm not telling you nothing. It is none of my business. When I'm on this road, hey, don't do that. Nope. None of my business. I keep the peace and surroundings of this Woosah area. I'll voice my opinion on this channel and tell you guys, but after that, it's none of my business. Do you feel me? And I should, you know what? I'm gonna get a shirt that's made when I cruise. It's none of my business. You know, I'm looking for idea. It's none of my business until you make it my business. So please don't make it my business. You know what I mean? Now I know I got to be on full alert. But even on even on these other cruise ships, Utopia, there was some kids throwing food. Hit a 70-year-old lady that was walking by on the boardwalk and hit her with a water bottle and threw coffee on these other folks. That's when I act the fool. I'm not going to act the fool, but I'm going to do the right way. Security! Security! I know there's a camera somewhere. Security! Security! I'm going to tell somebody. I'm not going to be mad, but I'm going to make, I'm going, security! I'm getting something out of this, a cruise credit or something. I'm going to get something. Security! Oh my God! See, people look at the bad stuff. Everything is not bad. You got this. There's something you're gonna learn about it. There's something that's gonna give you something with it. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something. Learn something and figure out there's a blessing in it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There's a blessing somewhere in it. Learn how to mind your business. Because that lady that told the woman on that you spilling liquor on the floor, guess what? That woman jumped on her. Even though you should never touch another human being, but you caused it by not minding your business. Well, I need to tell them. Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a party. You see, there's no reason. We got to get into everybody's, because of social media, everybody's Kool-Aid. Mind your business, because that person don't know how to handle themselves. There was a lady boat that was, I think it was we had took a boat out of a carnival out of Jacksonville. The lady was blackout drunk while we were on there eating, and urinated on herself, and she was sitting right behind us. I'm not saying nothing. I'm like, well, I guess that's a problem for them. Ain't none of my business. None of my business. That's why I say that, but we started with the HOA, but the same thing. Guys, we gotta learn how to just acknowledge it ain't none of my business. And when you learn that, you're gonna find a peace that is unimaginable. It's unimaginable. I know I keep on looking that way when the camera's actually over here. Sorry. But when you learn how to mind your business, when you learn how to mind your business, you keep your own peace. Half of these fights is how it started because someone's mad that you don't eat minding your business. If they want to act the fool, let them act the fool. If my neighbors want to cut down the whole forest, cut your forest down. Because now I have the sun coming in and hitting my lawn, especially my backyard. Dude, thank you. Growing season has begun. Videos are coming. Thank you. I can't afford that. The guy that was doing it is a hood dude. Hey, well, I could come to cut you. Nah, don't worry, I'm good. But give me your card just in case. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. I bought that off of one of the other social media platforms. I think I paid for this watch. I think I paid like $15-$20 max. But it's just like a Fitbit. Fitbit, you pay over $100 for that damn thing. It's just like a Fitbit. It tracks your sleep. What's the other thing? Your heart rate. you're walking, so now I can start walking again and track my steps and everything. So we're gonna get back on our healthy journey. We're gonna be back on a healthy journey, and we're gonna figure out from there. But okay, guys, thank y'all for coming in and being part of my business, being a part of my business. But we learned today to mind your business, because when you mind your business, it be nobody else's business, and you'll find peace. Coming up next, Wellness with Frugal Mama. After that, 7:15, Eddie Lugo Studios. After Eddie Lugo Studios, Cruising is Fun Anytime. Go live together with her husband and Eddie Lugo Studios at 9 o'clock. 9:15, Miss T with the T. With the T. Y'all have a blessed day. Don't be stressed. Thank you for listening in and being part of my goofy live. But sometimes we just have to talk about other things. We're going to talk about this fighting. Probably I'll do that tomorrow. Let's talk about the fighting tomorrow. As always, guys, you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you. Good morning. I think, and my whatchamacallit is turned off. I wonder why Nightbot's not activating. But you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Don't be stressed and mind your business. Deuces.